This next question is one of two that Max asked me. He asked, at the ALA-331 site, was there a Native American tribe that the class worked with during excavation? The answer is no. I don't recall there being any involvement of tribal people on that 1974 excavation. If we were to work out there today, there certainly would be. If we had worked out there several years later, there would have been as well. 1974 was kind of an interesting time. When the National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA, passed in 1969, followed the next year by CEQA, the California Environmental Quality Act, it created an infrastructure that resulted in a lot of CRM being done in California within the next decade, and still does. So California has more archaeologists than most all the other states put together, and this is because of CEQA. The California Environmental Quality Act has resulted in a lot of archaeologists actually relocating to California to work in CRM over the years. And it took a few years to kind of get all set up. You know, it had to go to court. There were clarifications of what CEQA meant. But the result was that by the mid-70s and late 70s, if you were doing an excavation of an indigenous site, you almost certainly was working with a member of the local tribe. That wasn't necessarily the case in 1974. As far as this particular excavation, Smitty and the TAs, Rob Gordon and Joe Chavoin, may have been in contact with the Society of American Indians. That's the same group that we were working with out in the Livermore Valley on the Pleasant Meadows site, Alameda 394. I don't know if they were or not. I suspect they were. In 1974, a pan-Indian group like the Society of American Indians tended to be more present sometimes than some of the indigenous families that we now work with, who by the end of the 70s were standing up saying, talk to me. But in 1974, though, I don't recall there being any tribal people on the project at Alameda 331. It would have been even better if there had been.